Hey guys, Stealth here, and welcome back to World of Warships. Today I have for you a Des Moines replay, the Tier 10 US cruiser, or at least for now it's the only Tier 10 US cruiser. But that's something that's bound to change with the introduction of that new split section on the US cruiser line. Anyway, what we have here is the Des Moines. As you can see, it's not the standard camo that I'm using. I'm grinding Captain XP in order to train up a captain for one of that new cruisers. And the map that we're on is Tears of the Desert. Now, Tears of the Desert has been recently reworked. The islands used to be far worse positioned. And right now I'm still not really a big fan of this map, but it works. Especially if you're in a Des Moines. And this is Des Moines that's not kitted out with defensive fire, as cruisers are all but extinct. Of course, they are not so much extinct the moment that you actually switch to the hydroacoustic search. But this time I got away with it. Now my planning is to follow this Yugumo in, position myself alongside this island, provide radar services, because I know that this area right here on the mini-map is quite popular for destroyers, and hope that I can light up one of their 4 destroyers, as we're dealing with 2 Shimikazes, one Z46, and a Benson. And at the same time, I can keep myself safe by either having the torpedoes get spotted by the Yugumo or by using my hydroacoustic search. Hopefully the island here is going to protect me for long enough and not allow the enemy to pass by. I do not have that many battleships backing me up. We have Richelieu on my stern, Bismarck is heading the other way. Neptune, I'm not exactly sure where he's going to end up. But for now, let's just see if I can help out this Yugumo and the Shimikaze on my port flank, and maybe light up a ship or 2. We can tell they're already in the middle. I just got spotted. I'm not exactly sure by what, but I'm assuming it's a destroyer that's somewhere in the middle. And as you can see, I'm becoming quite the popular guy, having already 4 ships targeting me. That number quickly drops as I'm probably behind concealment, or at least behind cover for these ships over here. But there we go. There's Shimikaze. Thanks to the radar and the good concealment on this ship, you know that when you have been detected, there's a very good chance that you can also detect the enemy. And as my standard detection range is 10.6, my radar range is slightly less, but it is still such a small margin that I was indeed hoping to be able to find this destroyer. Now, this destroyer, the Shimikaze, is heading away. I'm expecting torpedoes incoming. Unfortunately, at this point I got stuck. It's not too clear on the video, but I cannot move. Sometimes you have these little underwater islands where you just, I don't know, you snag the ship on it. And fortunately, all of those torpedoes were pretty poorly armed, or pretty poorly aimed. Had they been off by a few more degrees, I would have been dead, or at least taken a heavy blow to the bow. Fortunately, with that Shima out of the way, there is at the moment not too much that can threaten me, and I'm not getting detected anymore. Now, I don't really have any targets to fire at this point. I mean, yes, we have the Hindenburg over there to the south, but that's barely in my firing range. Over here, the Shima, for some reason or another, is not actually leaving. You can see he is coming back, potentially to do another torpedo run, or because he senses weakness and might find a way to finish off the Yugumo over there. I'm not exactly sure. Now with the lofty arcs on the Des Moines, I try to fire over the island. Don't quite get the shot. Fire again another miss. And that's when the Shimikaze makes a really weird turn. Now, watch this. He's stuck behind the island over here. He just ran bow on right into that section where you can see all of these shells landing or narrowly shooting over. And as such, the Yugumo still has some shots on him, not too many, but at least we're doing some damage to him. Now with that, it's time to get the radar ready, and I'm signaling my team to help me out here. I know we have plenty of guns aiming at that location. I mean, we have the Neptune, the Yugumo, the Z23 not so much, Atago potentially. We have the own Shimikaze. Maybe Bismarck can help out, and potentially Monarch. So I'm signaling when my radar is going to be ready and asking them to already pre-aim at the Shimakaze's location. Trying to get as many guns on this thing as possible so we can quickly take it out. Radar ready. Radar going up. And there's Shimakaze. Pretty much where we left him. With the small exception that he has been reversing and as such got right in my line of fire. Unfortunately now not so much, but somebody else does have a shot on him. There's not that much fire going in. And eventually the guy actually manages to slip away. So fine, we're gonna have to chase this thing down. And finally the Yugumo actually gets the kill shot. Now at this point we're up by 3 ships. The enemy has lost the Tirpitz, the Hindenburg and the Shimakaze. Torpedoes from that enemy Shimakaze that I just radared were not really a problem. And right now I'm just trying to figure out what the best next move is going to be. I would love to take a large chunk out of that Neptune, load AP, and you can easily citadel that thing pretty much in 2 salvos. We have an enemy French battleship coming in, the Richelieu. And we also have a St. Louis over there. Now St. Louis is providing me with an interesting angle. So switching to AP, and as I'm maneuvering back and forth to try and keep as much of my bow concealed, the guy manages to actually disappear for a bit. This is just weird. There we go. Firing HE once again because he's too bow on for me to really do any good damage on him. And even with HE, the Des Moines against the thinly skinned French cruiser really does a lot of damage. Now this is not the only ship around. The Richelieu's over there. So I'm not really too eager to pop out too far, because the Des Moines generally takes a lot of side-on damage, especially from calibers such as the one that the Richelieu carries. So I withdraw. I still get detected by a plane. I think it's a spotter plane, but I'm not too sure. And once again, reconcealed. Now at this point we have sunk some more ships. Another Tirpitz has gone down and another Shima. And I think, well, we might just be able to make this work. As long as I can keep this large island between me and the Iowa, I will not be able to get citadeled by him. So, in we go. First target is a broadside St. Louis over here. And he's just providing me with all sorts of opportunities. Narrowly getting a citadel shot there. Second salvo already on the way. That one looks quite a bit better. 12,500 damage, and he's down. Next target, Richelieu. We also have the Z-46 over there. So at this point I think, okay, crap, I need to angle towards the Richelieu and make sure that he doesn't do too much damage to me. At the same time, I'm checking where the Neptune is. He's behind me, behind the island, so he's fine. The destroyer has fired off its 2 salvos of torpedoes, so he should be empty. Again, more or less angled towards the Richelieu. At this point, not so much, but the Richelieu, I think, was busy trying to swing his guns around. At this point, the friendly... where is it? Here it is. The Shimakaze is trying to help out. He's saying we have a smokescreen incoming. So he's trying to smoke me up. At this point, I am not interested in getting smoked up. I want to keep going. So, presenting full broadside to the Z-46 is proving to be far less risky than providing full broadside to the Richelieu. Radar was already cooldown, and with a couple of shots we're able to take down the Z-46. There you go. Swing the guns around, loading AP, going for the next target, the Richelieu. This is going to be the 3rd ship that I might be able to kill here. In the meanwhile, I'm taking fire from a ship off my stern. That has to be the Neptune that just came out of cover. The Shimakaze behind me is trying to smoke me up. I'm asking this guy to at least try and get some damage in on the Neptune, or at least torp him. Also hoping that this little island is going to present me with a little bit of cover against the Neptune. In the meanwhile, I'm just hammering away at this Richelieu as best I can. You can get some really, really good salvos on this thing. And the interesting part about the turret layout for the Richelieu is that it has to keep broadside to me, or it won't be able to keep firing. I will be able to keep firing at its stern, and at the moment it's not even interested in me anymore. It's going for the Shimakaze instead. So keep pushing forward, another 3,300 damage, and with the last salvo, there goes the French battleship. So, time to turn around. And the next target has already presented itself. There's the Neptune. Unfortunately, my radar is still working on the cooldown. So I will not be able to radar this guy if he manages to smoke up. That is pretty much what he's trying to do. Unfortunately for him, American AP versus British cruiser hull design or cruiser armor is not really going to play out in his favor. But he has managed to conceal himself. He stopped firing, smoke screen between me and him. Let's see when I can actually detect this guy. Unfortunately, the rest of the team was able to deal with the ships down there, and the Iowa did not give chase to me. If he did, I probably wouldn't be here. Being detected, there's the Neptune. The angles are pretty poor for AP. But the guy just merrily opens up. I'm not exactly sure what he was planning here. He definitely wanted to return fire, but yeah, that's not going to work. Not against the Des Moines. So, that is 4 ships in a very, very short amount of time. And they were all giving me perfect broadside on this position. As they were heading around this island, I was able to come in from the south, citadel most, if not all of these ships. Alright, and here are the results. It's not the most damaged game that you can do in a Des Moines. I mean, you can go up to 250k, but that was not one of these games. Still, managed to get a lot of citadel damage there. 7 citadels, even 1 defender, probably from hitting that Shimakaze earlier on in the game. Quite a few target hits, a bunch of incapacitations. I set a few fires, but I'm not even sure how much damage they did. Managed to come first on the team. I actually thanked the Shimakaze, the Amri 33, for trying to help me out. He didn't really need to deploy the smokescreen as he did. I didn't really take as much benefit from it as I could have, but I just wanted to keep going. I wanted to keep chasing around those ships, especially the French battleship. Because had I positioned myself in smoke, I probably still would have been able to be detected, simply because you get a little bit more detection bloom from firing through smoke nowadays. Detailed report. As you can see, the fires that I set barely did any damage. Most of the damage came from the armor-piercing rounds. So this is one of those cruisers that you do not need to spam HE with in order to be effective. And that's something I really, really like about this ship. And as I was mentioning at the start of the video, I was grinding Commander XP, and this is definitely helping. Of course, a Dragon flag, a Victory Salute, a Zulu Hotel flag, they all boost the Commander XP. And as I already have a 19 pointer on the Des Moines, I can very quickly get a nice amount of Commander XP for the next ship that I'm grinding, or at least for the next captain. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments, and be sure to check out the link that's down in the description. Yes, disclaimer, this is an affiliate link. Wargaming is providing me with the affiliate link so that you can get a head start in the game. So you can get through that link, new players only by the way, is a St. Louis Tier 3 premium ship. It's not the the Albany St. Louis, the cruiser. You can get the Tier 2 Premium Albany, as well as 2 million credits to give you a bit of a head start into the game. Be sure to click that if you are not playing yet, and if you are going to play on the EU server, just add me to your friends list, and whenever I'm on, send me a request. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon for more videos.